Yeah,
and
pretty
his opponent is playing a Naya Wolfrun ramp deck. Not the traditional Wolfram ramp deck. He's playing white for Elishnorn. I think it's just green-white ramp, actually. It's not Naya. He's only playing red for the Wolfruns.
Okay, yeah.
So he's a green-white Wolfrun deck. Saying, I can live without Inferno Titans, and my mana can be a little worse than normal. I'm going to trade in my Whip Flares, my Slag Storms, and my Inferno Titans. I'm going to pick up Day of Judgments, Timely Reinforcements, Gideon Jura, and a copy of Elishnorn.
Yeah, I like it. And looks like the players are deciding on their openers, and they both keep. So, Dana, turn 1, Abyssin's Pilgrim. Come on, Pilgrim. Oh, look at that. Did anybody get that Pixies reference? Double Abyssin Pilgrim on the board.
The card looks a lot like an Inferno Titan in Michael's hand, but
It does, you're right.
he doesn't have Inferno Titan on his deck list, so...
So, mulch from Dana.
Heck, it's a 3-for-1 off that mulch. That's,
Yeah, that was a heck of a
kind
mulch.
of insane. He's probably gonna have to discard here in his end step.
Dumped a Birds of Paradise into the graveyard.
His hand is super, super land heavy at this point.
All right, so Michael plays a second Copperline Gorge and a Birds of Paradise.
Mm-hmm. Continuing to ramp his mana up a bit.
Dana does not miss his line drop. Not with the, 6 lands he's got in his hand. I'm exaggerating. So, Lingering Souls from Dana. And we've got Spirit Pilgrim for Dana. To Michael Tabler's Birds of Paradise and Abyssin Pilgrim. That really looks like Inferno Titan. Are we?
This is we have the players mixed up. That's
I think that must be it. Yeah.
But I think this might just be a wrong deck list.
Oh, wait a second. Yeah, because there's no Inferno Titan in this list either.
And this deck doesn't have an Abyssin's Pilgrim.
Yeah, we must have the wrong deck lists. But either way, I guess we'll watch the game here. And it must be this deck on the left does not at all look like either of these deck lists. So Inferno Titan.
It's another Freets deck. Yeah, so sorry about that. We had a wrong deck list for Michael here.
Well, Inferno Titan comes down for Michael, wipes Dana's side of the board.
And that's going to be really hard for Dana to get back into the game afterward, because Inferno Titan really good when your opponent is doing things like just one toughness stuff.
I also think, is it possible that Dana's on the left and Michael's on the right? Because we're seeing, well, that doesn't make sense either. No.
No.
There's red mana. Okay, I didn't see any red mana on Dana's side of the board. I'm like, seems kind of odd. Okay, Birds of Paradise, flashback, Lingering Souls. Dana trying to rebuild his board. That's gonna be, I don't know.
It's a tall order because Michael, just attacks with an Inferno Titan and again wipes Dana's board, and then this very turn, not only is he doing that, but that's an interesting attack from Michael because if he didn't attack in that way, he would have been able to cast a Wormcoil Engine this turn. But he must have something else that... oh no, he's just going to pump this Inferno Titan up. Get him for 10 damage, and just not going to show his opponent that he has Wormcoil Engines in his deck. That's fine.
Yeah, no need at this point.
And there, Dana draws the said Craterhoof Behemoth and packs it in, ready for game 2. That's a quick game 1 from Michael. Inferno Titan taking that game over very quickly.
Jesse investigating the deck list situation. So just to let you guys in on what we know here. Michael has, his deck list is filled out as David Tabler, but it says goes by Michael on top. So this is where the confusion is, because maybe we do have David Tabler's deck list, but Michael Tabler is playing something different.
Yes. He is playing Freets, so...
Yeah, it's clearly a Freets deck. He cast Faithless Looting into Unburial Rites into Inferno Titan. So, so it is a Freets archetype kind of mirror, but completely different takes on them. I think it's crazy that people are playing Crater with Behemoth. I not in a bad way.
I love me some Crater with Behemoth. That guy is big.
Makes craters with his hoops. All right, correct deck list. Actually says Michael Tabler in the first name slot,
and
this
is
looks much
playing.
more...
He is playing Freets. He has Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight, in his deck.
That's spicy. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's got 3 Tybalts in the deck. I love it.
Oh, he's playing Tybalt.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, why not discard cards that I want to reanimate anyway or flashback?
He's not playing Tracker's Instincts.
Oh yeah, that's interesting. He's playing Mulch, but
he's playing Tybalt over Tracker's Instincts. Man, Tybalt's hard to cast in this deck, isn't it?
So he obviously got a look at Dana's ramping capabilities, but nothing, nothing really big. But he can clearly, I think, feel safe bringing in some Zealous Conscripts. I think that's likely. So Michael has Zealous Conscripts. He has another Gisela. I don't know.
He has some Purify the Graves.
He's got a Gristlebrand. Yeah. So
it's funny how the
guys.
Okay, and Dana does not have Graveyard Hate. So Purify the Grave, a card that's really good against Freets. Another card like Grafdigger's Cage, also really good against Freets. Those are cards that you rarely see in sideboards these days, giving Freets kind of an opening to come in and do really well. But the sideboards that usually have them are the Freets players, because they know how good their own deck is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like, if I face against another guy that's playing this, I want to be able to deal with it. Yeah.
And now Michael also has an Increasing Savagery in his sideboard.
Yeah.
A really, really good card against these red decks that are going around, these green-red aggro decks, white-red aggro decks. He's got all these birds and elves and things like that in his deck that really not that impressive. They can kind of get killed by removal spells. But if his opponent taps out, magically one of those things just becomes a 6/6 or a 5/6 flyer.
Yeah.
And it just becomes really hard for his opponent to deal with that. When you're playing against a ramp opponent and you just make a 5/6 Bird of Paradise on turn 3, they probably lose.
Or when you just equip your Bird of Paradise with Sword of War and Peace, that'll kill him too.
That's true.
That's more a Brian Kowal iteration of the deck.
And that might actually not be a bad sideboard plan for these Freets decks if people start bringing in a lot of Graveyard Hate. Just have a bunch of swords. You're playing Mana Guys, you're playing Lingering Souls. Those cards work really well with swords.
Yeah, but it's funny because at this point, like you said, nobody's really playing Graveyard Hate besides the Graveyard decks. The decks that they're very aware of themselves. So.
Yeah, Michael Tabler, again, with Tybalt over Tracker's Instincts, and that's really, really rough on his mana. I mean, he has Birds of Paradise, he has Copperline Gorge, and he has Blackleaf Cliffs, but that's dangerous, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I agree with it, but I like it. So
yeah,
I'll say that much. I would love for this match to end with, I would love by the end of this match to go, yeah, I can see why he put Tybalt in there. That would be exciting. Dana has a Worm Coil. He's got Bonfire of the Damned in there. He's got Thrun, Timely Reinforcements, Huntmaster, Ancient Grudge, and Sever the Bloodline. So,
yeah, Bonfire actually pretty good in this mirror. Kills all their Mana Guys and their Lingering Souls tokens for 3 mana. So if it's pre-Burial Rites, a lot of the time you get a 3 mana Plague Wind. That's not really fair.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Dana sided in that. Those bonfires, though. Dana gonna go ahead and mulligan down to 6 cards. Let's see if Michael, just to keep this one. Michael's hand not for exciting either. I wouldn't be surprised if we sent this one back. Looks like it's just a couple of mana guys, a mulch, and then 4 lands. Yeah, chooses to mulligan.
Yeah.
She just can't do it. Or maybe he's not mulliganing. Maybe he's keeping that.
Yeah, he's not. Doesn't seem to be. It looked like he was like, yeah, you know, he kind of made some motions.
That's dangerous.
But then stopped.
Yeah. Maybe he's feeling it.
I think it's that, you know, when you're up a game, you kind of feel a little safer, but I don't think you should let that affect your decision as much. Yeah, it looks like he kept. Forest Birds for Dana.
Good turn 1 play from Dana. Birds, really important in a matchup like this where your mana, not necessarily the best. Remember, Michael has a Birds of Paradise of his own. Let's see what Dana can come up with here. This Plains for turn 2, gonna tap those 2 and mulch away. I think we might see the same turn on Michael's.
Ooh, land, and looting.
That's a really good one
heck
again.
Of a mulch, yeah.
I mean, this deck mulches pretty well.
3 lands and a flashback spell. Seems good.
It seems really good. All right, so Michael Tabler. Gonna untap here and probably mulch himself. Yep, gonna go ahead and mulch, and let's see what he finds. He only finds 1 land. He, however, flips multiple Faithless Lootings into his yard, so not the end of the world. Places that card and finds 2 flashback Faithless Looting effects. Pretty good. Razor Verge Thicket, and he's got an Avacyn's Pilgrim. Alright, Dana this turn. Let's see if he chooses to flashback that Faithless Looting, or if he has something else in store.
And goes with Black Cleave Cliffs.
Is that a Lingering Souls in his hand? Is that his thinking
I think
about?
so, yeah. Yeah, there it is.
He chooses to just hardcast Lingering Souls instead of flashing back that Faithless Looting.
Passes back.
Does he have a Gavany Township in hand? That could explain this.
Didn't see it.
Another mulch from Michael.
Mulch, yeah.
Drew another mulch of that. Able to get 3 lands and puts a Zealous Conscripts into his yard. Zealous Conscripts pretty awesome in the Freed's Mirror.
Yeah, as soon as there's something something powerful on the other side of the board, we could see an Unburial Rites just for the conscripts.
Remember, casting Zealous Conscripts on Elishnorn also, you know, you wipe your opponent's board of all the tokens and mana guys that they have, and the Zealous Conscripts and the Elishnorn are going to get in the red zone for 9 damage, and a lot of the time it's just enough to close the game.
There is Tybalt. All right.
All right, Tybalt going upstairs, and he's going to draw a card. Let's see what he finds.
Yeah, it doesn't look at what the card was.
You're a lot of time 7 cards. The time you just roll a 10-sided dice, and you know, if it's 8, 9, or 10, you just re-roll it.
Yeah.
And otherwise, that's the card you take. Let's see how they're going to randomize this. Maybe Dana just picks one. 5. It's a forest.
I think Michael's fine with that.
And Michael is very happy with getting that far, especially after he mulched into 3 lands the previous turn, or this turn.
Yeah. That was just turn 3, and he played a spell and a Planeswalker.
Yeah.
You know?
On turn 3.
He drew 3 cards and played a Planeswalker, so actually, you know, drew 4, but he had to randomly discard 1, so. Elishnorn. Looks like Dana's flashing back Faithless Looting. Draws Elishnorn.
Oh no, don't discard that. Oh no.
What did he discard? Elishnorn?
He discarded Elishnorn. I mean, he's going to cast that in 2 turns. He has the mana to do it, and he doesn't have an Unburial Rites yet.
Couldn't quite see his hand. Maybe he's got another Elishnorn. Is that possible?
Right. Oh, well, he flipped into the mulch, so... Oh, he flipped a double Unburial Rites. So it ended up working out pretty well for Dana.
Yeah. And so the mulch...
I guess I'm crazy.
Well, maybe he just... playing a little loose, that's all. He's just like, I have faith in my deck, I'll hit an Unburial Rites or 2 on this mulch. So Dana reading Tybalt's trying to figure out, should I be attacking this? I don't, you know.
Do I attack my opponent or do I attack Tybalt? What do I do?
So he's attacking, it looks like Michael.
Attacking Michael. That's... I mean, I don't know how relevant Michael's life total really is. I think it's just an Elishnorn game, right?
Yeah, I think I would have attacked Tybalt.
All right. So Michael, gonna make that Tybalt go upstairs again, and again the random discards.
Forest.
All right.
So I have a feeling Dana may be attacking that Tybalt next turn.
Yeah.
Or somehow affecting it.
Well, next turn, I mean, he can just kill it because he's gonna have Elishnorn.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, so Michael plays a land, passes back. Dana untaps.
Yep. So now Dana's going to get to this turn, flashback Lingering Souls, and make an Elishnorn.
Unless Michael plays a counterspell. What is wrong with these people not playing counterspells?
Oh, a Purify the Grave.
Purify the Grave on Elishnorn.
What a blowout.
Oh, Unburial Rites. Nothing? Is there nothing there? Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, he can't. He already targeted the Elishnorn.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Yeah, it got countered by the Purify the Grave. Going to flashback that Lingering Souls, make a few more 1/1s. Yeah, he made black mana with Birds of Paradise. He's like, oh, you need an extra mana.
You sure about that? Yeah. So Tybalt's still gonna take a hit, but he is sticking around, at least for now.
Yeah, now because he chose to attack Michael instead of attacking Tybalt that turn before, he's actually gonna have to do an extra point to Tybalt now.
Yeah. And Michael has an Elishnorn of his own, wipes out Dana's side of the board. Tybalt goes up 1, random discard here. And we hit a 4. Now they're going from the opposite side. They started counting from opposite sides.
That's what I was saying about the first one and the second one.
Yeah, it was
like
weird.
He counted from the left and then he counted from the right. Then he counted from the right again, so it's not a big deal, but I thought it was a little weird that he counted from the left and then to the right and hit a forest both times. I wasn't going to say anything.
Alright, sever the bloodline from Dana on the Elishnorn, but
that's pretty good.
It's a nice answer, although Michael's Elishnorn did do quite a bit of damage. And Dana has to find something. Tybalt's going to go up to 4 again. Hit an Avacyn's Pilgrim on the random discard last time.
Yeah, so far only hit cards that are pretty irrelevant, and you know it's drawn him. How many cards now?
3.
Four?
3. I think 3. Right, because it was Forest, Avacyn's Pilgrim with the discards.
Yeah, so now he's going to get a 4th card off at this turn. Probably going to cast some terribly large fatty beforehand. Does he have like he has a worm coil engine in hand?
Yeah, he's got a worm coil. He's got another Tybalt in hand. He's got a Birds in hand. I think he's trying to decide, do I just want a worm coil? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Go ahead and worm coil, then draw the card off Tybalt. Because if you just draw like an Avacyn's Pilgrim and discard the worm coil, you're going to be kicking yourself.
Yeah.
So, looks like a flashback, Purify the Grave on the Sever the Bloodline. And now Tybalt draws him a card. 4, and it's Tybalt, so... Again, not a card. It was a effectively dead card right now, so I think Dana may be feeling a sudden impact if he can't.
Yeah, I don't know if Michael even wants the sudden impact. I think he just keeps plussing the Tybalt.
Yeah, he's actually doing great with just the plus.
Yeah.
All right, front side Lingering Souls from Dana.
And maybe this is the perfect home for Tybalt because it.
Because you're fine with what you're discarding, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you're fine with discarding stuff, and the Freets deck has generally just been insane against creature decks, and it's just bad against control decks, and Tybalt's really good against control decks.
Yeah.
So maybe Tybalt has found a home in Freets. It's really hard to cast, though.
So Dana cast the front side and the back side of that Lingering Soul, so he's got 4 spirits. He's also added a second Bird of Paradise to the board. That is the Buy a Box Bird of Paradise. I love that one. Therese Nielsen artwork. I just don't like foils, so I don't play with it. I did get some and then traded them away, but because I was just like, I'm not playing with these. I don't like foils. It's unfortunate. All these cool alternate art cards that come out in foil.
All right, Michael Taylor drawing 2 cards from that Fatal Salute. Let's see what he decides to discard.
Make some non-foil versions too.
Discards a couple of lands. Play a land.
Shimmering Grotto. Sever the Bloodline on your spirit. Oh!
Pretty good.
So, 1 card for 1 card. Although Dana had to pay 5 mana and Michael only had to pay 4.
And there were 7. Michael going up to 24 now.
This is a pretty cool match.
Yeah.
I like this. Alright, so he casts Bird of Paradise and now +1s. I'm surprised he cast the bird. I would have been like, yeah, forget the bird, you know what I mean? And he discards Lingering Souls. I would have left the bird in my hand. You know? Make Tybalt possibly hit the bird, that's fine. What does Dana have?
He just top decked a Bonfire of the Damned.
Oh, it's a
miracle! Yeah, and that's going to kill Tybalt and kill all of Michael's creatures and just leave him with a couple of 3/3s. He could have killed Tybalt earlier, so now he's not going to be able to dome Michael with this, but not really a big deal. So he did side in that Bonfire?
Apparently so, unless he just pulled it out of his sleeve.
I mean, Bonfire's pretty good.
Yeah, clear the board. And some guys.
There's some Meowth and a Pokeball.
Somebody get some Yo MTG Taps tokens in there.
Yeah. Meowth, you know.
Not a fan of those tokens.
The thing is, though, Michael still has quite the force on the table. You know, that's 8 points of attacking power that Gavany Township has in hand.
Yeah, he's still in good shape. Dana needed a miracle to stay in the game, and
Michael
but he
counts
still
his lands. That's not a good sign for Dana.
Plays a forest. Does he have anything in his hand? I think he's just figuring out what he needs to tap for Gavany Township, yeah.
Yeah, getting in for 8. Dana's falling to 5 here.
Lingering Souls flashback from Michael.
Yeah, probably should have flashed back that Lingering Souls before he activated the Gavany Township. Doesn't really make that big of a difference, but
yeah,
you know, just.
Dana has a Miracle. I mean, Dana has a Gavany Township, is what I meant to say. He needs a Miracle.
He needs a Miracle.
My brain was thinking what I was, you know, hoping for him to draw, and not what he actually drew. Sever the bloodline, and that'll sever the match for Dana.
Yeah, Michael Tabler able to take that one down rather quickly.
Through a Miracle, too.
Yeah.
Threw
a big bonfire of the damned. At that point, the game was already in a spot, and he also had Wormcoil, who's particularly resistant to that. He's like the one threat that, you know, had he had a Titan or an Elishnorn on the table, that Miracle would have been significantly stronger.
Right.